Hey, Sports Center with you on a Friday morning. Welcome. He's Matt Berry. I'm Jay Harris. Tim Legler with us talking hoops this morning.
Hey, seeing you bright and early. Thought we got rid of him. One of sports' great rivalries renewed last night. Celtics, Lakers. Over the last 200 times these two teams have played, they are tied at 100 wins apiece. LeBron coming off the 42-point loss. Lakers fans want Kyrie to reunite with LeBron. Look at that swinger. Ooh. Bill Belichick in attendance. He's a champion. He can do that quite a few times. Lakers were trailed by as many as 18 in this one. Late second legs, James gets this thing going.
And you know he's feeling it if he's just going to rise up from 30 off the catch like that. But at that point, down 18, I think he's trying to do anything to give them a spark, get them back in the game.
And they kind of did. He finds Lance Stevenson, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, kind of sleepwalking early, but then they would get back in this one.
Yeah, I think they were still feeling the effects from that loss the other night. Early in the game, Boston had a great rhythm, but then the Lakers, once they started making some shots, they got confident.
You see the numbers there. James would be responsible for the Lakers' last 22 points of the first half. Second half, a third quarter, they outscored the Celtics 42-27. So now to the fourth, Kyrie needed to get it going to keep Boston in this one.
Yeah, he had really struggled through three quarters, but it doesn't matter. You know where they're going to go late in the game. Give the ball to Kyrie, top of the key, gets a switch, and then that handle gets him to the rim, but LeBron has an answer.
Cut the deficit to 1, did LeBron, ensuing Celtics possession. Kyrie responds for a 3 of his own.
Yeah, that little sidestep 3 that's become so popular now in the NBA. A really unguardable Kyrie. Big-time step back, and this is just unfortunate for the Celtics. LeBron tries to throw it off Al Horford's foot, and if it had, they probably lose the game. Instead, they end up with a loose ball, scramble play, and LeBron James gets a 3 in the corner to keep them in it and tie it up.
All tied at 124. Lakers, 22 three-pointers made. That is most in a game in franchise history. Under 20 to play. Boston down 1. Kyrie drives. Boston takes the lead back. No timeouts. 10 seconds to play. Legs, we're going to run this thing. LeBron guarded. They were smart there.
Nice job denying him up the floor. They want someone else to beat him. Ingram tries to reverse, and again, a tough break for the Celtics. 3 different guys get their hands on this ball. If they can secure a rebound, game over. Instead, loose ball ends up in the hands of Rondo. His feet were squared up, and he knocked it down.
How about Rondo, the hero for the Lakers? Have another look. Ball finds it. It's the Lakers' largest comeback win this season. 129-128. What a finish. Rajon Rondo, your hero.
Where does your mind go if you let that ball fly?
Just get it up. Get the arc up. Believe it or not, I always dream like this, you know what I mean? But I couldn't picture it being this sweet coming back on, 13 years in, where it all started. Team struggling right now, and I think it's definitely a confidence boost, of course.
I think for Rondo, I think he couldn't even dream about that moment to be back here in the Garden and where he won a championship, where obviously, he has so many memories of being here. And for him to get his hands on the ball at that moment and be able to knock that down, it was a storybook ending.
The ball finding him at the end of the game, someone that helped bring this city to championship, and for him to, knock that down was, for me and Laker fans, it was a beautiful ending to the game.
So this storied series comes down to buzzer beaters. 87, Magic made this running jumper for 115-114 win at the old Boston Garden. 7 Hall of Famers on the floor when that shot was made. Again, remarkable that over the last 200 times these teams have played, it is now 101-100 Lakers. 95, old Boston Garden. Nick Van Exel threw in the miracle at the buzzer to stun the Celtic faithful. And then last night, not quite of Magic fame, but Rondo still the same result. First career go-ahead field goal in the final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime. He was previously 0-11 in such shots. And what about this? Let's flash back. The LeBron's team had a similar fate last year. February 7th, 2018, Quicken Loans, Jeff Green, laser to LeBron. I mean, the exact date. You see Isaiah Thomas there, not quite involved in LeBron's celebration. Remember, he was traded on the day of the deadline on the very next day. Don't celebrate, go out of town.
Move on to Grizzlies and Thunder. Russell Westbrook had himself a night, which that's just what he does. Second quarter, though, he had some trouble with the rim. Tim, Russ with the steal, thank you much. Wide open dunk. A
little too much force and anger. We love how he attacks the glass, but a little too much on that one. It got too high, I think, Jay. That thing slams off the back iron.
How many times have you done that?
Oh, countless. Count did it yesterday. It's just gets so frustrating sometimes.
Noon game at the Y.
So frustrating.
Third quarter, Russ, he's like, I'm getting revenge on the rim. This time, you see, he was really careful.
He took a little sauce off of that one. You can see he wanted to make sure I was going to have it twice. And he's got a little smile and a finger wave to the crowd, like, you're not going to get me twice, Rim.
I like to watch him play. He has a lot of fun. Moving to the third quarter, Thunder up 70-59. Jeremy Grant, jump shot, no. Russ, rebound, lays it in. Thunder up 13. Fourth quarter, the lead is huge for OKC. Westbrook using the screen. Alley-oop to Terrence Ferguson. Thunder going to win 117-95. Russ, triple-double. What else? 15, 13, and 15. His 8th straight. So, Russell Westbrook, with his 8th straight triple-double, he's the second player in NBA history to have 8 straight triple-doubles. The NBA record is 9 straight, done by Wilt Chamberlain 51 years ago. Russ's next game tomorrow on ABC against James Harden and the Rockets. Like Westbrook, Harden is also chasing an all-time Wilt Chamberlain streak. Westbrook also among those involved in the All-Star draft last night, and here are the rosters. LeBron drafted Russ, but traded him for Ben Simmons afterward. Simmons, the only player on Team LeBron, making his first All-Star appearance, where Giannis had 4 players making their All-Star debut.
Yeah, and add it all up, Team LeBron has an 81-57 advantage in terms of career All-Star selections. Westgate says they'll release odds closer to game time to make sure everyone is still scheduled. Meanwhile, this is my favorite moment of the night. Anthony Davis was drafted by Team LeBron, taken 5th. Here's more on that entertaining exchange.
With my first pick in the second round, I'm going with Anthony Davis.
You sure you want him to be your teammate?
I'm very sure of that.
Isn't that tampering?
No.
Tampering rules does not apply on All-Star Weekend.
I think the best way to do this for Giannis to trade everybody on his bench for Anthony Davis.
That's why the All-Star draft needs to be televised.
Yes, absolutely.
You have moments like that. So, Legler, the story coming out of Anthony Davis, obviously not dealt at the deadline. The team did announce yesterday that they will play him for the rest of the season. What do you make of Davis not going anywhere and the team deciding to play him?
Well, look, they made a decision that they think is in their best interest to get more options this summer. So if you make that decision, you're going to have to live with the repercussions. You can't just shelve a healthy player if he wants to play, and that's the tough position they put themselves in. It really doesn't benefit the Pelicans in any way, shape, or form to have Anthony Davis on the court. It doesn't help them. They're not going to make the playoffs. It's unrealistic to think that they can. So you're going to have to live with this situation, because when I say it can't help them, all you're really risking is potentially an injury. And could that impact his trade value in the summer? So he's not really doing much for them, but they made the decision, a conscious decision, to not move him. Didn't really even entertain the Lakers' offer. Wouldn't even return their phone calls, sending the indication clearly they want to get to the summer. Obviously get Boston into the mix after July 1st, but Kyrie Irving can become a free agent. And what other teams can put together something? The Clippers, the Knicks. What do they have? Put your best foot forward. More options. Dell Demps thinks that's better for us. We get the most value for Anthony Davis.
Only Michael Jordan and LeBron James have a higher career PER than Davis all time. So, yeah, let him play.
He's a difference maker.
It's pretty good.
He's a difference maker.
Yeah. Back to the NBA this morning, the Memphis Grizzlies trading center Marc Gasol to the Toronto Raptors. 34-year-old averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, and a career-high 4 assists this season. He's the Grizzlies' franchise leader in points, rebounds, blocks, and field goals made. His new team, the Raptors, no Kawhi last night. Only 9 active players versus the Hawks. And the Hawks took advantage of that early. Taurean Prince for 3, got it. Lay on the bench, liking what they see. In the second, Hawks up 12. Prince, another 3. Hawks nailed 13 threes in the first half, tying their most in 15 years. Prince had 5 of them. Hawks up 68-60 at the break. In the fourth, though, was all Raptors. Pascal Siakam with the steal. The finish on the other end. Raptors up 92-86, 9 minutes to go. Siakam, again, this time, step back. Career high 33 on the night. 5 minutes to go. Raptors up 105-92. Fred VanVleet. Tough layup. Raptors up 15. 30 seconds to play. Van Vliet. Give it to him again. I think he's just going to take it from 30 feet. He had 30 points, also a career high. The Raptors take out the Hawks 119-101.
More deadline deals. Former #1 overall pick Markelle Fultz's time in Philly is over. The Sixers traded the 2017 top overall pick to the Magic in exchange for Jonathan Simmons, a protected 2020 first-round pick, and the 2019 second-round pick. Fultz has been sidelined since November 19th with a nerve condition in his shoulder. As for his future team, now his team, the Magic, hosted the Timberwolves. And look at that, Fultz is already in. No.
Yeah, it's not him.
But look, remarkable foresight for that fan to know that he was going to play tonight and get the ball in a Fultz jersey.
Working on the chemistry.
Yeah. That's one more touch than Fultz will have this season, the actual Fultz. Later in the third, Karl Anthony Towns, that's a good look. Andrew Wiggins, one of the other players, maybe speculative. Is he one of those guys that could eventually get moved? Towns, 27 points, 11 rebounds. Wiggins with 23. This all about Terrence Ross, who made 6 3-pointers in the game. Finished with a season-high 32 points. Magic win 122-112.
Matt Nikola Mirotic is now a Milwaukee Buck. He was part of a 3-team trade yesterday. The former Pelican averaging career highs in points and rebounds this season. He's also making just under 3 3-pointers a game. The aforementioned Tim Legler back with us. Of all the deadline deals, which stood out most to you regarding the Eastern Conference teams?
Yeah, Mirotic and Gasol are huge, but for me, it's Tobias Harris. I think now you're talking about a team in Philadelphia that has the second-best starting lineup in the entire NBA. They have legitimate title aspirations. I thought it was a reach to think they were going to make it there this year. I don't think it's a reach anymore. Perfect fit because of his ability to catch and shoot threes. I mean, he is in that category with the guys you think of as the purest shooters in the league when it comes to catch and shoot threes. He's also the #1 3-point shooter off the dribble in the entire NBA, percentage-wise. So spacing the floor off of Simmons and Embiid, this is the perfect guy to add to the mix. Now, chemistry could be a little bit of a problem because you already had a little bit of an issue, I think, with Butler and Embiid figuring it out. I don't think they've really gotten there yet, and now you're adding another 20-point scorer to their starting lineup. But, look, it's a good problem to have, but it's Brett Brown's problem. Make no mistake about it. You're going to have to figure this out in the next 25 games to get this flowing and have everybody buy in that they're going to have to sacrifice something to make this work. But on paper, this lineup is loaded. The only place you can go to find something better is in Golden State, and that's what Philadelphia's looking at. So if they don't get the chemistry together, one of those other teams could come out, but they have a legitimate right to it. All 4 of those top teams, guys, could knock each other off in a 7-game series. That's how good the top of the East is right now.
And Milwaukee, of course, made the move for Mirotic. BPI has them as 37% chance to win the championship. So Milwaukee also a factor. Tim Legler.